This is it. It's actually happening. Oh my God. It's the beginning. It's actually happening. We're actually here. Ha, look at you. Hey, how you doing? I'm so excited. I've never done this before. We've been talking back and forth. Are you? You're nervous. I'm nervous, but I have just basic questions. I'm not super prepared, to be quite honest. I'd rather just have more of an organic conversation. But I wanted to, tell us a little bit about you and let us know a little bit of Amber Byers.
Well, I am an artist, a writer, and I've done a little bit of filmmaking as well. So, all around pretty creative. I've been looking for ways to get it out there to other people, and I've tried a couple avenues, and eventually I found myself over here on DeSo, and that was only a month ago. And it seems like some people at least like my art so far. And
There's a few of us.
It makes me really happy whenever someone appreciates my art, any of my art, writing, actual art, or a film. Just the amount of passion and heart that I put into it, and then it being noticed is just really being seen, and it's nice to be seen that way.
So how long have you actually been an artist? Has it been a lifelong passion, or when did it start, in your childhood, or tell me more about that?
In my childhood. Probably when I was 10. So
what did you start painting? What was your first recollection? What was your medium? Did you use pen or color or crayons or chalk, or what was your
I first started doodling with a pencil, but then I moved up to gel pens, and then eventually I got a paint set. So it was a step-by-step process. I got really into it in high school.
Oh, really?
I really got into it.
What did you start? What was the topics that you would like to paint or draw in high school with?
Well, I started with trying to paint people, and I quickly found out I wasn't good at that. So I've not returned to that. But then I got into landscapes, and I really, really enjoyed that. And, they turned out a little bit decent, and they got better over time. And, so landscapes is where I started, for real.
That's pretty awesome. And now the artwork that you create now on DeSo and the NFTs you create, you've told me before that it's kind of partially done by you and then partially done by a computer. I mean, tell me about that process.
So it was actually my girlfriend who showed me the AI thing, and then she showed me that you can put pictures into it, and then it'll throw a bunch of colors and random stuff onto it to make it look fairly different. But I like the chaos of it, which is why I do it. I'm a little bit of a chaos demon, according to some people. So
chaos queen, hot mess.
Yeah, I put that in my profile.
I actually found you, to be quite honestly, I was just cruising through the DeSocial World welcome tab on DeSo, and I noticed that you were brand new to the scene, and I'm relatively new. I'm only been on for about 45 days myself. So I immediately, within 5 days of you being on the platform, probably not even 5 days, oh, I love your stuff. We got to set up an interview because it's just so cool. I actually pulled up some of your artwork here. So what inspired something like this? It's pretty cool.
I've been in a sci-fi mood lately. So I've been doing some space stuff. I've been into sci-fi and horror. So you can look out for some horror stuff soon.
Oh, I can't wait.
But I got super into sci-fi after watching the Dune movie. And then I've just been reading a lot of books. That's where my mind has been for a little while.
That is super cool.
And then I added some murder into it.
And I know you're working on a card game as well. Some of your NFTs are this card game. You want to talk a little bit about the concept?
So the card game is fantasy based. It's actually based on a book series that I'm writing. I wrote the first one back in 2017, and then I kind of set it down because I didn't have an idea for a sequel yet. And then I've kind of just been thinking about a sequel since then. And then I started working on it recently. And then I was like, well, I have all this art, and I got into Magic the Gathering last year because of my girlfriend. So I was like, I could like make a card game and then post them out there, because I've seen some other people post card games out there. I don't know if they're functional like mine is going to be once there's more than 7 cards.
That's pretty cool. And then I also noticed like some of your NFTs, you give a portion of your proceeds to a charity, an LGBT charity. Could you talk about why that charity that you've picked and what that means to you, and why that's so important?
It's important to me because I have a sibling who is bisexual and non-binary, and then I myself am a lesbian. So it was important to me to pick a queer charity, and the Trevor Project is one that I know for a fact does really good stuff and actually uses their money in a useful way for the queer community. So, they've been vetted.
Awesome.
And that's why I chose them.
That's great. So if you weren't doing art, what do you do in your spare time when you're not doing art? When you're not creating?
I play Elder Scrolls Online.
So you're a gamer as well.
Yes. Well, I wore a Super Mario shirt, so yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything else you want to talk about or tell people about you that maybe I didn't ask?
Well, I want to remind you that I also write books, and that I have one coming out on Monday, if anyone is interested.
And where would we find the book?
On Amazon.
On Amazon. Perfect. What's it called?
The Cursed House.
The Cursed House. What's it about? Are you going to give us a little treatment, a little teaser?
It's actually the third book in a sort of one-off series. They're like vaguely attached to each other. So you don't have to read them in order. You can get this one and just read this one. It's about this family who moves to a small town from Atlanta and move into like the biggest, nicest house in town. And they find out that this town has a lot of secrets that prove to be fairly dangerous.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I had no clue what to expect. And I've never, like I said, I've never done this before. I'm usually behind the camera, and I didn't even check my hair before this interview, and it looks horrible. So that was a good start for me. So awesome. Thank you very much for taking the time. I'll see you on DeSo. And this is Amber Byers on DeSo. If you look her up, check out her NFTs and her upcoming book. Looking forward to it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.